Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm actually filming this a little early so that I can have some pretty good lighting, especially because I want to show you some stuff on my iPad at the very beginning, and I figured that this would just be a good time to do it. There are a couple other things that I technically would have wanted to do before filming this, but I'll get to them in a second. So the first thing I wanted to point out is to show you all this workbook. So I mentioned it in my video yesterday that I wanted to download it, but I didn't get to that and to find the link and everything. But this is called the Launchpad Project. This is the Launchpad Planner. You can find the links and some information on Instagram. This project has a page on Instagram, and there are a few different planner accounts associated with it. But essentially, it's a workbook that's meant to help guide you in beginning to actually do anti-racist work. So there are a lot of things that are coming out now, lots of reading lists, lots of suggestions, podcasts, documentaries, and things like that. And this is meant to be a resource to help you synthesize that and put it all together. And I think that it has some really useful features. It's a free downloadable PDF. I will put the link down in the description below. But even though I've seen a couple of people on Instagram here and there posting a screenshot or something of their a page in their own Launchpad project, I haven't seen anyone do a full flip through of it. And so I wanted to kind of scroll through here right now and give you a sense of what kinds of pages are in here and what it does. So you got your beginning page here and then an opener here. One thing to note is that it is meant to, the format is a PDF. It's meant to be very GoodNotes friendly, so that's what I have it open on here. GoodNotes is a app for Apple, and it's very useful on an iPad. But if you don't have GoodNotes and you don't have an iPad, this is just a PDF. So it's definitely something you should be able to open on any device that can read a PDF, and then you can also just print it and work from there. So this is the opener, and this is the full name of one of the main creators, Nina from Nina Planning. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then the rest of her name, which I don't know if I've heard pronounced, but it's right there. So it's an opening cover page. And then things about how to get started and the way the planner works. It takes you into 3 different steps. An About Me section, where you are prompted to reflect on your own biases and your own prejudices and your own privilege. And then a learning section where you are asked to kind of pick different resources that you will be interacting with and take notes on them and things like that. And then a take action section where you actually plan the actions that you will take moving forward and the different things that you can actually do to make effective change. So then you go into the About Me section, which is the first set of this thing. It says, who am I? How my skin color makes me feel, my upbringing. Then you continue with my privileges, my experiences with diversity, and then a little note section. In the observation section, you are documenting instances where you have witnessed racism. So your prompts are, I've witnessed racism when, how I reacted, how I wish I reacted, and what I'm going to do next time. Then there's a bias test. So there's an implicit bias test, and there's a link here. And the point is that it takes about 10-ish minutes, and it's meant to expose your subconscious biases. I have not looked at it at all yet, but it's here. I've seen this link around, and then you review your results. So what are your implicit biases? How did the results make you feel? Why do you think you got those results? Do you think your family or friend groups share these biases? And then how do you talk with family or friends about their biases? And then a page for further notes, reflections, anything like that. Then there's a section for resources. So this is part of the learning section. I think that this first chunk was the About Me section, but now you're in the learning section. So you're taking resources and you are being deliberate about it. That's why you have this whole thing to fill out, so that you know everything. You're deliberate about your resources, that some of the resources, most if not all, are created by people who are part of the impacted communities and organizing that information. So name, date started, date finished, author, what you learned, emotions you felt, how I can apply this, how can I use this in discussion with others, more notes, important quotes. And you have that for books, an extra notes page, and then you have it for podcasts, an extra note page, and websites, and an extra notes page. I don't listen to podcasts. I've tried to listen to one podcast in my life, but I think that with this to guide me, I will definitely try to find a couple. And then it says go deeper. So there's just an extra section for any other kind of resource that you're looking at. So documentaries have been going around and suggested to various people, workshops, live shows, online discussions, conferences, anything like that. Going deeper. Then they even provide you with a list of resources to help you get started. Books that are just nonfiction books, young adult and children's books. Let's see, TV and film series, books for toddlers. So this is like all kinds of age groups represented here. Podcasts and organizations. Then you get into the community tab. And so for this, it says, while books and other resources are important, when you have the opportunity to listen and learn from Black people and other people of color, take it. It is not the responsibility of the Black community to educate us or do the work for us. However, when they share that education, it is important for us to listen and learn. So that's that tab. Then you have a family tab. And so it says, share resources you are learning from with your immediate and extended family. Whether building an inclusive children's library or starting a book club with extended family, share resources so others can learn too. So you collect resources you think would be particularly important for your family, notes, talking points, important points that other family members have brought up, how we can apply this as a family, and then how can my family apply what we have learned here when having a discussion with others. Then you start moving into the response. So you've been learning in these few tabs. Now, what are you going to start to do? And so this is introduced by saying learning is important, but action is more important. How will you be part of the change the next time you witness racism? What you will do. 3 different things, maybe the one same thing, like some idea reiterated multiple times. However, you can most effectively use this page, another blank notes page, and then allyship. What are my skills and strengths? How can I use these to be an ally? What has my local government done? How can I make change with my local government? How can I make change with my state and federal governments? So like this section in particular, I will probably wait to do until I am in Ohio. I'm moving from New Hampshire to Ohio. And while I'm sure I could do stuff like this for New Hampshire too, I will be in Ohio for the near future, probably the next 2 to 5 years at least. And so that's the space where I will be local most. And I don't know anything about Ohio because I'm just about to move over there. So it's something that I have to start looking into. And then this page is titled Impact Greater Than Intent. When is a time I have said or done something inappropriate, wrongful, or hurtful? What have I learned from this to try to become an ally? Then it just repeats, so 3 times. This is meant to make you reflect on the fact that it doesn't matter what you meant when you said or did something, but what matters is the effect that had. And so you have to kind of go through this exercise to work through how you can use those experiences to be better, because an intent is an abstract idea, right? You hold it in your heart and in your head, but the effects of your actions are real. They affect people, they lead to consequences, and that is greater than whatever intent you happened to go into a situation with. So there are 3 slots here to think about and reflect on those kinds of times. And then this page is the Amplify tab. So in what ways will you amplify Black, Indigenous, people of color voices? I will Advocate for BIPOC voices on my platform, support and celebrate BIPOC creators and business owners, share resources where people can donate or support, share news impacting the Black community, and examine the ways the media or those on social media portray people of color. And then a quote here by Michelle Obama. Another note, and then giving. So offer support by giving your time, money, or other resources. So an organization or recipient, the work they do, and why you are supporting them. There's this. And then this page, or this last tab, is on progress. So this is a launch pad for the rest of your life. This is work you'll have to do the rest of your life. As you begin or continue this work, take time to reflect. How do you feel today? It's been 1 week. What have you accomplished? It's been 1 month. What are you working on right now? It's been 2 months. Who else have you taught the things you've learned? So this is at the very end. And I think that this is something to look back on once you've made your way through the whole book, but also reminding you that it's not something that you can just do and then finish, right? Like, you can't get through this workbook and then say, okay, I'm done. I've done all the things that I can do, all the things that I have to do, right? This is something that you have to continue to work on and continue to practice and continue to be mindful of. Things that have been part of our society and our lives for so long aren't going to go away and be 100% cured and perfect after going through a notebook or a week of protests or a month of donating to something. Like, you have to continue to go back and reflect on these things. And so this gives you some prompts, right? A week after you've done this notebook, a month after, 2 months after, and then it's up to you. Hopefully by then you've learned enough that you can kind of go back on your own time scale and forever continue to kind of take the time to reflect and make sure that you're doing the things that are actually going to make lasting contributions. So that's the whole notebook. And I wanted to put it out there and go through all the pages. The link is down below. And so I would encourage you to take a look at it because it's completely free, and I think it's going to help organize, because you can get all the information in the world and have all the best intentions of looking at it, but if you don't organize it and you don't make the time for it and you don't keep it all in one place, it's really likely that you might just forget about it. And so you want to make sure that you have some way, if it's not this, to actually engage with those resources in meaningful ways. So that's the Launchpad project, and now we will go into the planning portion of this video. So today has actually been super productive. I woke up exactly when I said I was going to wake up. It was wild. And then there are a couple of things that I want to do today in particular that I need to add to this. So let's just take a look here. So I have edited the video that goes up today. I've uploaded it and I'm filming this video now. I don't know why I checked that off earlier. I didn't do it. I have done some laundry. There's some that's currently in the washer. The White Rage discussion questions I'm going to do after this. I wanted to charge my iPad because I wanted to put those discussion questions in the Launchpad project planner that I just told you about. Alright, so my camera cut out, but I hope I don't accidentally repeat myself. So the White Rage discussion questions I'll work on after this video. Packing will get done this evening. The vlog is edited and uploaded now because while I was waiting for my camera to clear itself out when I deleted everything, I uploaded that. That's at 8. White Fragility. I think that's where I was going. I haven't finished it yet, and I don't think I will. I will probably get to read it for about an hour before the live show starts, and that's fine. I should get through a good chunk of it. I have enough to, I think, get something out of the discussion. So there are two fantasy books that I'm so excited to get, and I need to buy those. And I'm gonna probably buy the ebooks because one, I think my boyfriend also wants to read, and he prefers ebooks, and the other I don't think's in stock right now, and both of them I want to read as part of my July TBR. So I will give you the full July TBR in a separate video, but for your reference, one of them is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. That one, oh my god. So first of all, it's part of a duology, and I just love the idea of duologies because one book is almost never quite enough, but two books, that sounds really nice. I haven't ever read a duology, and I'm excited. I know of one or two others. I think that Bonecryer's Moon is part of a duology. I got that from Fairy Loot. I have the Six of Crows duology. I just haven't read it yet. And then this is the first of a duology. And it's about a princess and a refugee who are on a collision course to murder each other despite their growing attraction. That is the little blurb for this book. So good. I'm really excited about it. There's more that I'm forgetting, so I don't want to explain it poorly here. I'll give you more details when I have notes to reference and stuff in my formal TBR video, but you know, you can look it up. And then the second is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, and this one is also cool. It's an epic fantasy, it's an adult fantasy, and it's supposed to be about this guy who is part of these people who've been fighting a war, and then he wants to escape this war or where he is. I'm not quite sure what he's escaping from, but he's trying to leave, and the people closest to him, I don't know who those people are, but the blurb just describes those closest to him are brutally murdered, and then his grief turns swiftly to anger. So then, fixated on his revenge, Tao, I think it's Tao, T-A-U, dedicates himself to an unthinkable path. He'll become the greatest swordsman to ever live, a man willing to die 100,000 times for the chance to kill the 3 people who betrayed him. Doesn't that sound wild? And it's a fantasy, so there are also dragons, and in this world, there are these rare women who have the power to call down dragons, and then the rare men who can transform themselves into bigger, stronger beings. And I'm excited about it. I think it looks really cool. I found both of them on some list that I saved on Instagram last week or something, so I want to remember to buy those books today. Yeah, so I added that so that I don't forget. And then word of the day. So the word of the day was stalwart, which means marked by outstanding strength and vigor of body, mind, or spirit. And that's it for this planner. I have it decorated through the end of June, and it kind of blows my mind that by the time I get into this next theme that I've set out, I move on the 30th. So that's just, it's going to be so much. Okay. Oh, I need to start planning tomorrow. So tomorrow, I just learned that I think that we will actually be driving to my boyfriend's parents' house probably sometime tomorrow, which means that I don't know what I'm going to do for this video series, but sometime tomorrow I have to edit this video. I have to upload it. Oops. And then I have to film the next one. Then other things that are going on. So I didn't do the vlog wrap up, and I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow before we leave. It has to be before we leave because otherwise I don't think that I will get to it. We'll be driving. So there's that. And then I also don't want to go on a Wheel of Time rant in the middle of a house with lots of other people. Well, not lots, they're like people, my boyfriend's parents. Okay, let's see. And then I also moved over the subtitling, but now we're not going to be here. So I don't know when I'll get to that, but I will write it down so I don't forget. Because now I'm behind on that, and then the real-time vlog for today needs to be subtitled. And somehow, even though I had the fewest installments and it's one of my lazier vlogs, it is the longest. And I tried to cut it down, but like I was always saying something I really wanted to say. So it is what it is. It's gonna take me years to edit. So I don't know. I'll get to that as well. But first, I want to get to that video. And then I think we are ready to... Well, actually, I'm going to add finish White Rage, because if I don't finish it today, I can definitely finish it by tomorrow. Or sometime tomorrow, especially while we're driving. So I can keep reading it. That's my to-do list for now. If we take a look at my hourly... Today was so good, you guys, because I woke up when I was supposed to. So I've done everything basically except White Rage and White Fragility, which I'm going to do right after this. So I should have moved some of this around a bit, but for the most part, things got done. And I did things that I have been putting off more because I noticed I was behind on this timeline. Like, this timeline really works when I can start it from the very beginning. It doesn't work if I have to set it up the day of, and it doesn't work if I sleep in and miss part of it. I have to be ready to go. But if I get up and I see this list, then I go. And so I've done most of this, and it's been a good time. I even filmed this video, which I already migrated to tomorrow, and then that's not happening because I'm actually doing it. Ooh, however, I wanted to do another video tomorrow, and I don't know if I will be able to because I don't know when we're driving. So I expect that we will leave in the late afternoon, around 3. So I'm going to work with that, but this is super subject to change because I don't know when we are leaving. Okay, so there's that. So I also wanted to film my TBR. We'll see. I also realized while I was moving some washi tape to the sticky note that I didn't write down my quote of the day for tomorrow. So I'll do that now. All right. Did that. Back to this. So let's say that I get up tomorrow, same time, get to the same stuff. I want to do YouTube stuff. That is the priority tomorrow because it is going to take me, I have to be here. I have to be here to film, and I have to be here to film my TBR. And then I have to be here to vlog. So hopefully I'll have time tomorrow to get up and then just do this. So filming my TBR is going to be the first thing I want to do because I need my backdrop that I have here. And other things can technically get done elsewhere, but that's just, it's going to be weird. But the TBR will be the hardest thing. That alone is going to take like an hour. But then we've got, let me start my line there. So, film TBR. I want to start with that. Then I want to do the vlog wrap up. Right, and the YouTube sticker blocks the 11 o'clock hour, but that's like an hour to film the TBR. The vlog wrap up is like a half hour or so. And then I have an hour and a half-ish that I've mapped out here. which is enough time to work on the next plan with me daily and maybe start subtitling. But I don't know, it depends on how long this video is. So I'm going to mark this video and say that that's that. Then we are probably going to be leaving, and so I will subtitle if I have time and I will read if I have time. But I probably won't get any further chores done. I won't get any more packing done, and that's just where things are going to end. So yeah, this type of stuff. I actually will call my parents the next day for Father's Day instead of on Saturday. Film the TBR, I think I can do. The 1-year teaching prep, I might be able to do. So I will write it here as well. Because if I go through my list and I find myself stuck on something or having completed something, then I might go back to my daily and see if there's anything that is left over. So some of these things are considered like leftovers, and these are the things that I want to get to tomorrow. Oh, and tomorrow is my friend's birthday, so I have to text her. And I think that, I don't know if I'll even bring this planner with me Sunday. We'll have to see. I'll have to deal with deciding what I want to bring. So I guess I need to pack a bag because I think we might stay there one night, maybe 2. Really, time has no meaning because I'm off from work. My boyfriend's job doesn't have hours, and so it doesn't matter. All right. Yes. So that's that. Putting this off to the side. In my reading planner, I read White Fragility yesterday, and that's it. So that's what I am writing about. Oh, great. That is finished. And then lastly, my memory planner. Alright, and that's it for this video. The sun has begun attacking, so I think this is definitely a good place to close off. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!